It's time for the weight loss saga to begin. Hello to all. My name is Rach and this is my weight loss journey. The start. So I do want to add the caveat that some of this was filmed several weeks ago and these are the reasons why. Reason number one. I didn't know when I was going to get surgery, so I thought this would just be a good distraction to get the ball rolling with things that I wanted to do. Reason number two. The bit from several weeks ago, I filmed it as one of the first things. I had so much enthusiasm and I was like, film all the videos! Film it all! So, I did. Reason number three. Just before trying to kickstart everything with this, I found out I was having surgery. So that was amazing news, but I was going in isolation the next day. I did have food and tea just a text away, but I couldn't exactly go, hey, can you cook this really specific thing this way I like it? And just to check the seasoning, can you please just bring me a teaspoon every time you change it up? Contrary to popular belief, I'm not that much of an arsehole. Who knew? Also, after that, I was in my big boy sling. I couldn't really do anything. The one time I did try and make food for myself, I smashed one of the pasta bowls on the floor and just spent quite a bit of time crying. But why didn't you refilm it? Well, I have personal issues with how my body looks. So when I get changed, I look in a full-length mirror, or I have a shower, it often makes me cry. It doesn't always work, but it still haunts me. But if I use this customer service smile so my cheeks hurt, a really peppy voice, and I sometimes laugh, as if I'm retelling a funny story, it sounds far less pathetic than it really is. But in reality, it was far more emotionally draining than I realised. I'm not sure if it was just the amount of enthusiasm I had. I hadn't even set anything up to reshoot. I was just trying to find some underwear. And I was in tears. Couldn't deal with it. I was just sobbing. And thought, you know what? Not going to do it. I do know that in the future I will want to film some updates. I want to take some photos and all that jazz. But that is future Rachel's problem. And I will cross that emotional bridge when I come to it. As I said, this was before I'd had surgery. I mean, I'm not any more limber now, but my mum was helping me quite a lot, and the first challenge was just putting on a bra. This would have been okay if I'd picked a bra that fit. It was several 2 sizes small, but I was like, no, I will fit. This will look great. It will be fine. It wasn't, and I looked like I had 20 side boobs. C'est la vie. But my mum had the patience of a saint, as Mama P does, and we went measuring from neck all the way down. So to start off, we have my neck, which is 15.5 inches. My right arm is 15.75 inches. My left arm, like the upper part, obviously, is 15.5 inches. My bust is 47.25. My waist is 41 inches. My tummy is 48.5. My hips are 45.5. My butt-off region is 46.5. My left thigh is 25.5. My right thigh is 25. My right calf is 16.5. And my left calf is 16. Thank you for that bonding. That's the scores on the doors. So even though I didn't reshoot those actual videos of my mum helping measure me, I did update those measurements and I did them this morning. I weighed myself yesterday morning and I was 210 pounds. just over 24 hours later, after a very large Easter dinner which had pork, it had stuffing, potatoes, wine, Pepsi, chocolate brown, everything was amazing. Apparently I have put on 3 pounds 4. How on earth does that happen in 24 hours? Not fair. But alongside my weight of being about 213 pounds, I calculated my body fat to measure that, and I got a caliper. It's a bit like when you get tongs in the kitchen. And when working it out, the sheet that it came with, it didn't go up to the numbers that I got. And the way it goes, there's lean, ideal, average, and over fat. So I'm over fat, and my body fat percentage is around 40%, but as I said, I couldn't quite calculate it properly. Along with my body fat percentage, I also did my BMI. I know BMI is quite disputed, especially with athletes, but I'm not an athlete. I'm nowhere near an athlete. And with my height, my weight, and my sedentary lifestyle, my BMI was 36.8, which put me as morbidly obese. To put all that together, this is literally front, back, and sides of me. Try not to vomit. So that is my base photos. One thing that I am particularly bothered about myself is the fact that I have some stretch marks on my stomach. These have only appeared in the last 6 months or so. When I injured my shoulder, I stopped gardening and I threw an amazing pity party. Like, it was incredible. I did nothing, ate everything, drank everything, watched all the movies going, and I've just ballooned and ballooned and ballooned. It's literally not a surprise. I don't sit here and go, what happened? How did it happen? It happened. I know lots of people have stretch marks, and I can't do anything about that. But I can do something about my weight and my personal health, so I'm going to try and work on that. And when I talk about my personal health, when it comes to obesity, there are a huge number of risks. I'm sure lots of you know of this, but things like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, liver disease, kidney disease, shortened lifespan, gallstones, reduced fertility, respiratory issues, the list literally goes on and on and on. I know some of these affect people older than me, but that isn't something I want to make future H's problem. That's something I need to start now. I need to start fixing it now so I don't have life-shortening issues when I'm older. What are my goals? These have changed slightly with what's happened over the past couple of weeks and with surgery. I'll put a link down below about my 2-week update, and it has a lot more information on the news I was given. Previously it was get strong and fit for work, hit sports harder than before, get my raft guide and travel around the world like New Zealand, Australia, Norway, and I had those absolutely everywhere, in every single scrap journal, in my bullet journal, on post-it notes, on things like envelopes that I just put notes down. So I've had to revise them a bit. There was a 4th goal, which was to stop crying in the shower or when getting changed, and that's one I'm definitely able to try and work on with both physical and mental health. Then it's things like doing a real push-up, not like on my knees and only going part way down, doing a real pull-up, like not using the little bench to help you. Running a thing, what I call the bunny loop, so I used to run it when I was training for a Tough Mudder. Okay, I ran it a couple of times. But I want to run that, and then I want to beat my time and try and keep doing it that way. Just keep trying to get a shorter and shorter time. I thought that was a reasonable goal. And another one which I haven't written on any of my lists is I want to do the splits. I don't know if I can, I don't know how to go about that, but I think that would just be a really cool thing to learn. I know these are going to get revised and changed as I get into the gym, but until I've revised them, those are my goals. What am I actually going to do? I'm going to eat healthy, try and get out more. I'm not going on some strict diet. I'm not doing keto, plant-based, the 2-5, fasting. I want this to be a lifestyle change. I don't want to be yo-yoing and having to keep going back to a specific diet. I want to make smart choices because I don't want to be miserable and cut out donuts and beer and chocolate. I'm miserable enough without doing that. But maybe I just don't have 3 donuts at once, or a share size bag of chocolate. Or if I'm down the pub as everything opens, I don't have 8 pints of beer, I have some diet soda and a spirit and a couple of beers. Just trying to make those smart changes rather than going all guns blazing, because when you go all guns blazing, you're gonna fall eventually. Getting my arsing gear is not just going to help me physically with being active, it's all going to help with my shoulder rehab as well. I know swimming's a really low impact activity. I used to do it not a lot, but I enjoyed it and I want to get back to that. And also one of my favourite classes out there is Aquafit. I know it's always just the nanas, but they are the nicest people, and when you're in the hot tub or the steam room afterwards, they're so nice to me. I love them. In true Rach fashion, I'm going to log this all in a journal. I already have my weight loss journal done. Welcome. This also means that I can track my weight, my measurements, so I'm not just guessing all the time. Personally, I love my cover. I don't hate you because you're fat. You're fat because I hate you. Everyone's got to love Mean Girls. But this to me also shows that it's all mental health as well. It's not just working out, it's not just diet, it's getting my mind in that place where I can love my body, not just lose weight, and also not eat a pack of donuts in one sitting. But we have my goals, my measurements, everything sorted out. I can't be a witch, I weigh more than a duck. So this has been quite a long chat. Lots of information, lots of things, and this vomit-inducing photo. Sorry about that, but those are the base photos, as it were. It's what I'm working on, and we're going to see where I go in the future. So watch this space. I'm going to achieve. I'm going to achieve. As always, thank you for listening. Stay safe, and I'll see you real soon. Ready? Okay. I'm a loser. Although somebody said you can have fat knees, which I get. I was enthusiastic, to say the least. Coping mechanisms, eh? That just doesn't feel right. What are my goals? Not to buy such cheap wine.